Good morning.
Morning. Morning.
How are you feeling today? Amazing. Okay, good. How about the group over here? How are you feeling? Good? Alright, I'll warn you right away. I am not like a typical speaker that maybe just talk a little bit. I'm Italian. So sometimes, especially when I talk about a miracle, I need to let my passion go. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because last time I spoke, people ran away. They got scared, especially when I tell you the secret of all secrets. How many people here have a dream? A dream, really a dream. Do you know that you have something to do in your life? But something quite is not working yet. You know, you just walk around in your life, you say, hey, I like to do this, I like to do that. And then you turn on the television, and then you look on the computer, and you see other people succeed, but you don't. How many times you see something like that? Because I've been in that situation like that many times. My name is Alfonso Di Rose, by the way, and as I told you, I came from Italy about 22 years ago. I didn't speak English, and when I came from Italy, life was very difficult here, because in Italy, honestly, I had a good life. However, the reason why I came to the United States is because I had a dream. Well, it was the American dream that, of course, when I came here, it became the American nightmare. But what happens is that when I was in Italy, because I had a good life, I never took action to come to the United States and follow the fire and the juice that I had inside my heart. Until, because my father was a politician, and like all the Italian politicians, he ended up in prison. You know, the Italian politicians, they either are the Congress or in prison. You just have to go from one place or the other where you live. Now, in one night, my life was forever changed. I was about 22 years old, and I was studying political science, and I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to come to the United States, and I asked, and I prayed. Although at that time I wasn't that spiritual. I mean, I grew up Catholic, but you know that, like, you know, American Catholics, they were more Catholics than Italian Catholics. Italian Catholics, they go to church just because you go to church. Nobody listens to the priest. The priest can say the same sermon every single day, and people say, "What a good sermons! I never heard it before." So something happened there that suddenly I was in pain. Because my life was not working anymore. My dream that was shattered, and I didn't know what to do. And you know, usually when you are in pain, there are a couple things that happen. Usually when you're in pain, you learn how to pray. Yes or yes? You know, people say, I don't know how to pray. Well, you remember when you were in pain? When you were asking and receiving? That's how you pray. With your heart. So I said to the light, what happened here? I know I have a fire inside. I know that I have a dream. I know that I had a juice. And you shattered my life. And I was young, I didn't know, you shattered my life. And when I was doing this, suddenly someone hit me from the back. I was in the car and praying. Someone hit me from the back, and it crashed my car. And that was my ticket to come to the United States. Which I didn't know that there was another moment to enter into another nightmare. However, you see, sometimes you need a push in order to go to the next level. Because the mind always trying to stay into the familiar. Yes or yes?
Yes.
You always want to do things, say, I'm not going to try this thing, because if I try this thing, I might fail. Yes, you will fail. In fact, if you read a biography of the most successful people in the world, they are the worst losers. Because they fail more than they succeed. But one of the things that they never did, exactly. A quitter never wins, a winner never quit. Yes or yes? So that accident, of course, in the moment of the accident, porca puttana, che cazzo succede qua? I started to curse in Italian in all possible ways. I said, what's going on here? I didn't know that the light was working for me. You see, miracles usually happen when you don't know that they happen. In the worst situation. I don't know where you are today. I don't know why you came here. But you're here because you need to listen what I'm here to tell you. You say, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. Let's learn this new way to make miracles. No, you came here because I have a message for you. There is something that you need to hear today. And one thing that you need to hear, that I don't know where you are in your life. I don't know what kind of pain you are. I don't know what's going on in your life. There is a miracle that is working for you and you right now. Don't think the miracles that happens when things are great. Oh, you know, I just made this money. You will lose them. I feel so good. Tomorrow you get sick again. I just met this boy. He's so nice. Especially in LA, right?
Oh, hallelujah.
Hallelujah, exactly. So you see, one of the things to understand about miracles, and I give you the whole blueprint. Yes, sir? Good or good?
Good.
All right? I'm going to give you the blueprint, but one of the things to understand about miracles is that you cannot think in the way that you think about miracles. You should think in the way that the light think about miracles. You understand? Do you understand that sometimes you go to the hypnotherapist, but you go to the hypnotherapist because you want to be hypnotized? You should go to the hypnotherapist because you want to be awakened. Because you're already hypnotized. You're already hypnotized by your chattering that you have inside your mind. You cannot do this. You're too old. You don't have enough qualifications. You don't have enough money. You need to be awakened from this chattering that keeps going inside your mind. Now, when you were 5 years old, you did not think like someone that is 4 years old. I don't care if you're 80, I don't care if you're 90, your mind is not like the mind of the light. You see, to understand miracles, we need to think, we need to open our mind to a broader aspect. And know that the light is always there, especially in the worst moments of our life. Because you know what? When you are in pain, if you have passion, you forget about the pain. And that's the gift of getting the miracles done, is going from pain to passion. From passion to purpose. From purpose to promise. And once you know that you have the promise, which is the desire that you have inside your heart, you forget about your pain. And you know that whatever is going on in your life right now, it's good. It's a miracle. You say, what are you talking about? My husband just cheated on me. Well, that's a miracle, by the way. Because you're free, perhaps. You're free for something that you couldn't get out. But you don't understand something. I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that I have some cells that they are not healthy, and there is a cancer threat. Boom! What's happening in that moment? You start to think like a human being. Oh my God, I need to do chemo. I'm going to die. Something is going to happen. You see, to enter into the realm of miracle, you have to think big. You have to think with the mind of God. You have to think with the mind of the lights of all lights. What does that mean? The first thing, you cannot believe everything that you see, everything that you hear, everything that you feel, everything that people tell you. You cannot believe that because the light is way bigger. God is an artist. The way that the light is just working, orchestrate this beautiful light, this beautiful world, is not in the way that we do it. It's an artist. Have you noticed that the artists, they're super unpredictable? How many artists are here? Well, let me tell you something. Some of you, maybe you'll do it for a living, but all of you are artists. Because all of you, a channel of the Creator. When you create something, the Creator is in you. You're opening to something to create, to flow through you. And when you don't think, that's when miracles happen here. But you have to find, you have to take the first step, that when you hear, oh, you know you got cancer, say, I refuse to hear that. You have to take the first step. And when someone says, you know, your marriage is not going to work, you say, talk for yourself. Talk for yourself. You have to be strong enough to protect the wells of life. The wells of life are your ears. You know that in the old days, they used to protect the wells? Because if you poison the water, you will kill the whole village. Your wells are your ears. Are your ears. That's what you think. What you hear, the programs that you have from your childhood, how you make money, how you deal with relationship, how you deal with yourself, with your health. It's all programmed for what you heard in the past. You start to process it, you start to believe it, and eventually falls into your heart. And when it goes into your heart, it becomes a belief. And when it becomes a belief, that's what you get. Yes or yes? Now, it's important to understand something. That whatever you are in your life, I don't care how many times you screwed up. Personally, I screwed up many times. I don't care how old are you. You're here to listen one word, and I'm going to give you the blueprint, but to hear one thing. You're here to hear one thing. It's time to start again and push. To start again and push. Don't think like a human being. Don't think small. Don't think that you don't have enough money. Don't think that the doctors know more than God. Don't think that you cannot do it. You have to push through. And expect the miracle, the power of expectation. You cannot walking around because you have the chattering in your mind. That they tell you, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough degrees. Oh my God, look at me, I'm not tall enough, I'm not short enough, I have this, I have that. You cannot walk around like that expecting the worst can happen in your life. In fact, I tell you one thing, you know many times I see people that they work their whole life to reach some certain level of success, and once they succeed, because they expect to lose their success, they lose it. How many times that happened in your life? That you went to one place, you were so afraid to lose it that you lost it because you were expecting it. The first step to miracles, expecting the miracle. How do you build the expectation for the miracle? You have to reprogram your computer. You have to reprogram your mind. You have to reprogram it. And the first thing to understand is that the light works for you even if it takes a long time. Make your faith endure. Patience makes your belief system stronger. You walk around and you can even say, I remember when I moved to the United States, for example, all my friends in Italy said, where do you think you're going? You're going to come back after a week? It's never going to happen to you. Where do you think you're going? 22 years later, they're still talking about it, but I'm still here. 22 years. Do you know, if you ever read the Bible, that Moses started to do his ministry when he was 80 years old? 80 years old. How many of you are daring to think that you can start a life when you're 80? You see, to produce miracles, you don't just like go to play the cards and you say, please God. You have to build something inside yourself. Certain character, certain strength, certain personality, certain individuality, certain discipline inside yourself, certain things that happen inside yourself. Power, strength, faith, endurance, love, serving. You have to build in all those qualities that make your miracles explode all the time. And they give you the power and expectation. But one thing you want to do, are you ready for this? You want to practice radical amputation. What does that mean, radical amputation? Cut off all your friends that they tell you that you cannot do it. Cut off the television programs. Cut off because If you stop putting the wood into the fire stops. If you stop listening to those friends that are negative, they don't believe in you. You know, you go out with your girlfriends. Oh, we are such a good girlfriends. They used to know that they give you the evil eye when you look good. When you get a boyfriend, they'll say, oh, congratulations. Stay away from people like that. Don't be afraid. You don't need friends like that. You know what you do after this lecture? Go to your Facebook and go on the list. Really, go on the list and say, this one out. I tell you one thing. For one negative friends that you eliminate, you're going to get 10 that they support you. Don't be afraid to be alone. It's better one friend that celebrates you, that loves you, that helps you, that believe in you. The 10 friends that they say, oh, good job. Why you want to be around people like this? We live in LA, there are 10 million people around here. You don't need those kind of friends because they keep putting it in your mind. They keep doubting yourself. If you're doubting yourself, you cannot expect a miracle. You cannot doubt in yourself. You need to have that confidence, that faith, that power, that strength, that craziness. Touch somebody now and say, I'm on fire.
I'm on fire! I'm on fire!
Touch somebody! What did I know, mommy? I'm on fire. All right.
Yeah!
Come on, what is this? Are we just like doing the pyramids and the mummy? Juice it up, folks. Because let me tell you another quality of manifesting miracles. Actions. Actions. Massive action. They're willing to fail. Some people say, okay, I try, Alfonso, I understand what you say. I start this business that failed. That's a miracle. That's a miracle. Because you learn how to go to a trial of patience. You learn how to never give up. And you learn how to have faith and trust no matter what's going on in your life. But you know, you have to go through it with fire, with passion. Because the only way that you can sustain pain is if you have passion inside yourself. If you believe that the light is with you, that the light is working for you, and you know that the light is with you, no matter what's going on. But the light thinks big. It doesn't think like with the small things. It doesn't think in the way that you see things in your life. And some of you have been asleep for way too long. You've been walking around like a zombie. I'm a loser. I'll never make it in my life. Oh, that nice beach. Folks, what's going on here? Juice it up. Are we here to make a difference in the world? Are we here to make the burning desire that you have inside happen? But you know something? Persistence of thought, persistence. But let me tell you something else. I told you to go to Facebook, right? And I told you to cut off your friends that they don't support you. There is one other person that you need to cut off. And it's yourself. And I tell you how you cut off yourself. Because sometimes you can be your worst miracle enemy. Let me tell you how you cut off yourself. You need to change the way that you speak. You need to change your speech. Because you are your own prophet. Have you noticed the way you said 10 years ago, you have it now? Oh, my jeans, they are too small. My fat, my ass is so big. My stomach. I don't talk like this because I tell you that as you say this, your ass is gonna get bigger and bigger. I'm broke. I don't know how to make money. Life is difficult. Everybody has success. Cut that tongue. Cut that tongue. You see, the light gave you two things to create. One, you know what it is. I'll talk about tonight at 6 o'clock. It is below the waist. And the other one is the tongue. The tongue is the power of creation. With the tongue you create your life. With the tongue you create. You want to talk about miracle? Talk about speaking. Speaking what you want. Speaking what you want. Speaking of life. Speaking of beauty. Speaking of prosperity. Speaking of power. Speaking of faith, speaking of joy, speaking of blessing, blessing your friends, blessing people that are successful because there is bread for all of us, there is manna for all of us. Speaking of love, those are the men. There are no men out there. Yes, there are. But if you keep speaking that there are no good men out there, you cut off the good men of your life. Love doesn't exist. Oh, this is impossible. You need to really create the discipline to change the way that you speak. And the way that you change the way that you speak for 10 days, you will not say anything negative. It takes 10 days. How many here are willing to take that challenge? God bless you all. 10 days. Now, if you're friends or in a relationship or something, and you hear your friend or the person in a relationship say, I'm broke, you have to say Black Rock. Black Rock. Whatever you want to find a name. Black Rock. Because they know that they need to start again. You see, in other words, if you say only one negative thing, you put a log into the fire. So, if you hear your friend say, you know what, my stomach keeps going, Black Rock. If you see a girl that say, I'm never going to find a Black Rock. Black Rock. You need to talk, you're going to end up to 10 days say Black Rock every 2 minutes. But I am telling you, it's going to be worth it. After 10 days, you will have, there's going to be one side effect. The one side effect that everybody wants to be around you because you want to be so positive and so attractive. You're going to magnetize money. You're going to magnetize relationship. You're going to magnetize possibilities. And whatever you say is going to come true. Whatever you say is going to come true. But for 10 days, you don't say one thing. Use your mouth only for the light. Don't say one thing that is negative. Don't say one thing that is like being broke. I don't care what the doctors say. Don't just keep talking about it. I don't care if you wake up in the morning with a little scratchy throat, and you call your girlfriend and say, oh my God, I'm getting sick here. Don't talk, Black Rock, right there. Don't talk. Don't talk. Only talk. You know what? How do you feel today? I'm on my way to heal. I'm on my way to change. I'm on my way to transform. I'm on my way. You don't need to lie, but you need to speak in a positive way. Because you know what? When you speak, you are listening. It's not just that you're going to change the environment around your house. You're going to grow your children in a different way. You're going to start to make more money. You're going to attract the relationship that you want. By the way, I just got married 2 weeks ago. Right there. And let me tell you how that happened. Finally, I grew up. I'm 44 years old. Because I want to tell you about some miracles in my life. Is that okay? For 45 minutes is way too short, but so basically a year ago you're gonna laugh about that, but I had a little miniature Pomeranian and she died. So I said it's time to let go of the dog and to get a wife. Yep. You know, sometimes be careful with dogs because they can be an intimacy substitute. Because you know the dog loves you no matter what. You can have stinky, actually they like it. If you take a shower. They love you no matter what. So I said, you know what? It's time for me to get married. I made a few mistakes on the way. I said, you know, this and that. And I knew her for 3 years. But I didn't see her in that way. But I started to speak about it. And people that came to my seminar lecture said, this year I'm going to get married. Why? Because I'm a prophet. Because I know that what I speak, it's going to come true. This year I'm going to get married. This year I'm going to get married. Now, I wasn't really last year that I got married, but it was January 2014. So I just made it with my prophecy. And I am happy. I'm Mr. Freedom. Marriage? No, but I was ready to get married, and I started to speak it, and I started to speak it, and I spoke my way to the altar. We got married at the beach. Because I feel that we're closer to the light there. But folks, Folks, I've seen it many times in my life. I was sleeping in a car when I came to the nightmare in Los Angeles. I used to call it, where you live? In Los Devils. I haven't seen an angel in Los Angeles. Now I see them a few here and there. Still some devils, you know, when I walk around Venice Beach where I used to live and sleep in my car. In the Gold Gym parking lot, I was doing pain. And you have passion. And you start the way, and you change the way that you talk. You increase the light inside yourself. You're increasing the light. Because in order to manifest a miracle, you have to think like God. You have to think like the light. You have a car accident and say, there is a reason behind that. It's to make me stronger. You go into a difficult situation, you have a knee problem, say, oh, I have a knee problem, so I can rest today. So I can read a good book. So I can feed myself with good knowledge. You have to think big. You have to think like the light. You have to know that there is an intelligence out there that is working for you. That wants to conspire and inspire you to be the best of the best. But you know something, if you believe the chattering in your mind, if you believe the words of your enemies, if you keep speaking it, it's never going to happen. Because you're not increasing the light. I guarantee you, I promise you, that in the moment that you start to change your mind by speaking different words, give it 10 days, give it a month, your light is going to increase. Be around positive people. Be around the good people. Your light is going to increase. And I'm not talking about the light of the sun. I'm talking about the light of hope, the light of faith, the light of love, the light of infinite possibility, that inspiration, that courage, that fire, that knowing that everything is possible. So when you walk in pain, you walk with passion. So when you lose everything, you know that the fire within is still rolling, so you're going to get back up. And you're going to start again, but this time bigger than ever. With a more humble, with a different heart. But you know something? As soon as you see something, as soon as you see something with your eyes, don't believe it. Don't believe it. No, that will work out. As soon as you hear something say, you know, the economy is not working, the economy is very bad. You know, BlackRock. BlackRock. See, you're already learning right there. BlackRock, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're doing it for 10 days. You do the BlackRock for 10 days. Things will start to work out. But promise me something before I let you go from here. To never get discouraged. Because discouragement is the anti-miracle. What I want you to get here, what I want you really to understand, is that the moment that you start to change the way that you speak, and you start to change the way that you hear, which means to change the people that you have around you, the light inside yourself, it will change. Your mind suddenly will change. You're going to start to think like the Creator. Your speech will be different. And suddenly, you will realize one thing, that whatever you spoke yesterday, you have it today. But this time, it's not going to be about being overweight. It's not going to be about having no money. It's not going to be about being single and alone for the rest of your life. It's going to be about, you know what, I have a loving wife, I have a loving husband. I have money to support all my dreams. I travel. I go to Costa Rica, I go to Thailand, I go to Italy. I'm in a gondola with my boyfriend or with your girlfriend. Start to speak words like this. And you will see that the light inside yourself will increase. You become a magnet. You become a powerful magnet that whatever you say, it will come true. But I am telling you, you have to master this. It's not something easy to master. You might have to say a couple thousand BlackRock before you really master it. Oh, thank you. They heard me. That's what they needed to. Now, how many people here in this room, they know that I'm speaking to you? Raise your hand. Yes, yes, yes. And also that didn't raise your hand, you know that you were afraid to raise your hand because you want to say, I don't want to show that. That's exactly what I needed to hear. And it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter. But you know something? That's how you get the miracles. That's how you build the expectation inside yourself. That's how you build the power of faith. I need a commitment because I'm a prophet. Because I learned this code of faith. I learned how to speak in a certain way. I learned how to increase the light within. This year, 177 new couples. There will be, but not couples like, oh, we're going to be together and then, you know, we're going to cheat each other. No, spiritual couples. They're going to be built. I have that goal in mind. Everything they do, I teach something like 15 different seminars that they go from way release to enhance intimacy, sexuality today at 6 o'clock, by the way, to make more money, because I had to learn all those things. And now I'm teaching it. But in everything they teach, there is always a message: love, commitment, God, union, oneness. I'm committed. And I want to say something for the girls. There is a revolution and a shift of consciousness in men. Because you know that you've been waiting for them. Yes or yes? You've been waiting for them. There is a shift, there is a change. So be careful. Because he's about to arrive. He's about to come. He's about to lift you. He's about to pick you and choose you. Ear to hear for what I'm about to say right now. Ear to hear. So folks, do not believe everything that you hear unless some people will always remember what you did. And as you go into your future, the people of the past will come out and say, yes, I remember you. You will never make any money in your life. You're a loser. People will always come back just to test you, just to show you that you're not the person that you used to be in your past. Unless you believe them. And then in that moment what you do, you just say, oh, I cut everybody out but this person. So cut the person out also. Do you understand that manifesting the miracles is now something that for people that they have some kind of special powers? If some people that they choose to step into what is called the supernatural, there is not supernatural at all. Because the law of gravity, you can't see it, but you call it natural. I call it law of gravity supernatural because you can't see it, but it's there. Making miracles is not something supernatural. It's not something that other people cannot do. But I tell you one thing, I need miracle in my life. I know that when I was sleeping in the car, I needed something bigger, something that lifts me up, something that gives me some juice. I knew that I had a desire inside myself. I knew that I had a dream. I knew that I had to do something in my life. And I needed something more powerful than me. Because I couldn't, I was blocked. I was like blocked inside a grave. My car was like a grave. I couldn't come out of it. And I know that a few of you today feels in a very similar situation. And you need that natural, that is actually seems supernatural, to come out of it and turn your life around. You always hear of stories of people that they went from nothing to everything. That's you. That's you. Mine. I mean, should I take my shirt off? I'm telling you, because I'll do this. And then I go with the rest. That's you. That's you. But what do I need to do to make you believe this? That that's you. Start with little. Start with little. Start with Facebook. It's just a click with Facebook. And then start with your speech. Start with your speech. Be around people that they are intoxicated with the light. You needed to be here because you needed to hear those words today. Because you know that even if you say, oh yeah, you know that in already half an hour that we're sitting here, your consciousness has changed. You know that your faith is increased. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Your faith is increased. Now what you want to do though, you want to keep it going that way. And I'm not preparing any speech, by the way. I'm not here because what I'm going to say to these people. I'm just speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from my heart. I'm speaking what I believe. You know, there is every day something that goes wrong. Everything goes wrong all the time. But you know something? I talk about the possibilities. I talk about the light. I talk about how lucky I am. I talk about the gratitude that I have in my life. And then I see it, that whatever comes out of my mouth, becomes true. Everything, every single word is registered right there. And then you just start to impart it into people. You impart that light, because when you have an overflow of light, you can start to impart it. By the way, Sunday, we'll do an impartation about this, to receive that gift. It's an impartation. Impartation can be done through the hands, through the eyes, through the words. It can be done in many ways. Because what you do, once you fill with light, you cannot keep your mouth shut. You have to shout all the time. You cannot keep it shut. You have to shout. That's why I shout. You know, some people are just like hearing problems. It happens all the time when people come to my seminars, because I cannot be quiet about that. It's an overflow. It's an overflow of light. But you gotta expect. You gotta expect those miracles. You have to understand that there is, every time that you go through some pain, in the moment that you make the passion stronger. It's a moment that you become more humble. And when you become more humble, it's when you receive more light. And when you receive more light, it's when the miracles they started to happen. But you gotta find what is your dreams. You gotta find what is it in you that is burning with passion, because that dream is a drop of light. I'm not talking about attachment, I'm talking about desire. That desire is a drop of light. Now, I don't know if you're dreaming to get married. I don't know if you're dreaming to have a baby. I don't know if you're dreaming to start a new business, to start your career. I don't know if you're dreaming to change your life in a certain way. I'm here to tell you that the only enemy is there, it's you. Because you allow certain things to happen. Miracles, they are on your way. They're on your way. And then I tell you one more thing that you need to do that is absolutely necessary for you to manifest everything that you want in your life. You know, some people say, well, that's superficial. You know, manifesting this, manifesting that. Now, listen, you have the blessing. You have the blessing. Blessing means that you need to live a good life quality. You know, if you say, oh, I'm very spiritual, but I don't have any money, that's not what the light intended for you. I'm sorry. I am not for that. I believe in holiness. Holiness means to have a whole. The word holy comes from having a whole. Someone that is holy, it's balancing everything in life. We're not talking about being attached to a Ferrari, but what's wrong if you drive your Ferrari? Buy 10 Ferrari, as a matter of fact. Think multitude, multiplication, think big, think the light. There is an overflow of possibilities out there, but all start in one way, with the power of your tongue. In the way that you speak, give me 10 days. Then after 10 days, keep doing it until your life is so increasing. You walk around and you start to see people come to you and say, what do you do? Because I feel your energy. Can you help me in this? Maybe you sell shoes and suddenly everybody starts to buy shoes. They don't buy your shoes, they buy your light. You understand this? They buy your light. If you're a salesperson, you don't sell anything but your light. You sell always the light. And the light can be expensive because everybody walks around just always like that, dragging around. But there is one thing that needs to happen before. And I know you heard it before, but you need to hear it over and over and over. You need to forgive. You need to forgive. You need to forgive because you know that what you call your friends, they were really your enemy. You know that you created an inner circle in your life, and the inner circle was with you, but was not for you. And there's people that were in your life just to teach you how to forgive more, because the more you forgive, the more of yourself you let go. And the more yourself you let go, the more your light you let in. And the more the light you let in, the more of you speak, the more of you touch, the more you do, it becomes whatever is that desire, which is the original seed of the light, that is for you here to prosper and to express who you are in your full potential. And that is your purpose. It's your destination of your life, your destiny. And that's what you're here to do. But you cannot bring with you the chatters and people in your life, your ex-husbands, your father, your mother, your friends. You cannot bring it with you into your miracles. Into the miracles you go only with people that celebrate you, with your loved ones, and the light. And when you do this, I guarantee you, everything is possible. I guarantee you, your life is going to turn around. I guarantee you that if you made a mistakes, you're gonna turn it around. I guarantee you that if you're too old, it's a lie. I guarantee you if you've been alone for 10 years, you don't have a boyfriend, you don't have a girlfriend, so what? So what? You're gonna turn things around. Yeah, I guarantee you that if you never succeed in your life, I'm just one of those persons, I never made money in your life. That the old you, the one that was living in the natural, never made money, but the one that lives in the supernatural, the new you, makes money. Now, there is not a specific techniques here, okay? There is not like one of these course, we have a faith seminar for 2 days when I really teach this, but it's not really, it's an impartation. It's something that you receive. Do you understand that the capacity to manifest miracle? It's a gift. It's not like, oh, what is the step 1, step 2, step 3? Yes, certainly you need to change the way that you speak. Yes, certainly you need to forgive. Certainly you need to cut off your friends. But this is a gift. It's a gift that belongs to you. And if you want to pray for anything in your life, if you want to pray for everything in your life, pray for that power of light, for more light, because you are light. Increase the light. Get up in the morning, have the discipline. In the morning, think about the light. Speak words of light. Pray. When you pray, pray words of light. When you pray, don't start with prayers of asking. Start prayer of thanksgiving. And finish with prayer of thanksgiving. Start to praise. Praise and pray every day. Whatever your mouth do, it's your prophet. It's your prophet, it's in your mouth. Whatever you say, it comes out from you and it becomes a reality. It becomes solid. It becomes a boyfriend. It becomes a baby. It becomes money. It becomes love. But see, in the moment, you don't do it because you want something. You do it because there's an expression of your beauty. I'm not here to teach you, okay, let's recite a mantra so you can get your Ferrari. I'm here to say, be filled with light so you don't need a Ferrari, but when you speak about Ferrari, you drive a Ferrari. Do you understand the difference? Because once you have the light, what would you need a Ferrari? What would you need money? What would you need a boyfriend? What would you need a girlfriend when you have the light? Because when you have the light, you have everything. But when you have the light, whatever you speak becomes true. It becomes true. So I don't know why you ended up in this room today. Maybe you need to hear some of what I said. Probably you needed to hear everything. I want you to promise me to say Black Rock. I challenge you to change the way that you speak. I challenge you to get rid of all the friends that are not friends. I challenge you to take your risk. I challenge you to listen to your heart and lit the fire again with burning passion so you can go through your pain, to your failures, and produce miracles in your life. God bless you all. Tonight at 6 o'clock I'm going to talk about sexuality. Sex, basically how to have enlightened and magnified sex between two people, and I talk about many different things, foreplays, what to do. It's in a loving way, but I also go to details, by the way. Okay, I teach 15 different seminars. We're going to be at the booth 102. 102, it's equal 3. The Father, the Spirit, and the Son. Come to the booth 102. Come to Faith seminars. There's going to happen in. We're going to give you a flyer as we come out. And it's going to be 2 days. It works by faith, because everything I do by faith. People give me donations. That's how I work, and I always work, and I always go fight, because miracle happens with the power of faith. God bless you all, and I'll see you next time.